Why did Jesus have to come as a child was the second question. The reason for that, we're going to go through declarations and the implications of those declarations. In John 1, it says the Word was God and the Word was with God. And that the Word came in the flesh. And so in Matthew 16, it actually says, he asks his disciples, who do people say I am? They listed off all these humans, but then Peter's like, who do you say I am? Jesus said to Peter. And Peter's like, you are the Son of the living God. Then right after that, Jesus describes himself and says, I'm the Son of Man. So now he's the Son of God, but he's the Son of Man. He's both. In Philippians 2, it says that he's equal to God, but he's in the likeness of man, and Paul writes. In Romans 1, he was born of the seed of David, according to the flesh. So he's in the same flesh as David was. In Romans 5, right? And in 1 Corinthians 15, it says that Christ is as the second Adam. That's what's being taught there. And one brought death and the other one brought life. He reversed the process because he had in himself the original connection that Adam had with God. He was ultimately connected with God because he was God as well. So he's bringing back that connection that Adam had before the fall. In Romans 8, it says that he was in the likeness of man again. The flesh he assumed. In Ephesians 3, it says that by Christ we could be filled with the fullness of God. A summary of Hebrews 2, 4, and 5 actually says that he was made like his brethren so he could be a faithful representative who can sympathize with us because he was tempted on all points as we were. God values human flesh and he took it on and he's going to keep it on forever. He was our example, and also he did this so he could come and experience death for everyone. He was he was here so he could present us as holy and blameless, giving us a new way of living, to be able to overcome sins and live for righteousness, also to abolish death and the devil's work, to destroy the devil who had power over death before, to redeem us as his adopted sons and daughters. By Christ's death and resurrection, humanity is restored to divinity as Adam was before the fall. We know that we can be partakers of the divine nature, having escaped the corruptions of this world through lust, in 2 Peter 1:4. In 2 Corinthians 5, it says that he became sin for us. In conclusion, in order to fulfill all that has been presented, Christ had to be born. And we know that in being just like us, he was also different. But as Christ was being different, it didn't give him any advantage over us for overcoming temptations, but actually made his temptations far greater than ours. Christ's divinity had always been inseparably connected to God because he has been God for always, and because of his humanity that he has now, we are now inseparably connected to God as well. All founders of religion fall into the same category except for Jesus because he claimed to be the truth himself. He did not bring the message, he was the message. The intimacy of God that God first had with Adam before sin, the connection and unity making man in his image and likeness, God sought for again. So this time he had to make himself in our likeness so that we could be reunited with him. Just as grafting in Gentiles into the stock of Israel is contrary to nature, so is the incarnation of Christ. It is a paradox to human understanding. The study of salvation, love, and God will be for eternity.